From the streets to the stage, I'm the king of my craft, you can catch another phase. Yeah, you left in a cage.
Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we all should just take it on home. I am joined by the three musketeers, the three amigos, the three guys always holding it down week by week because after 200 episodes we lost a lot. I am Zach Hendricks. You can find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. Of course, look up your mama's favorites, them out-of-town shooters, Country Air at Country Air Brand, Country Air Official. And, of course, as always, putting over, check out the YouTube channels. I'm about to give the hop tag to my partner.
What up? It's Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at DocSimmons17. Now I'll go ahead and pass it off to our senior official.
What's up, everybody? Referee Perch. You can find me at PerchXLV, #, Celebrate Pro Wrestling, and Waffles. Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. How was the breakfast lunch, guys?
Lots of eggs and toast over the weekend. Lots of scrambled eggs, delicious, and some good toast. Some brown berry multi-grain toast with like little seeds on top. Incredible. Yeah, love it. You can't get enough good tasting bread, and brown berry has got lots of different great tastes. So yeah, a lot of good breakfast, and it was definitely
toast. We just had some steak, peppers, and rice for dinner. I feel like we were pretty good this weekend. Oh, we did go to Red Robin, yes. Yep, it was delicious. Bonsai burger always hitting. Besides that, I think we were pretty good this week. So, yeah.
I myself, I'm trying to think. We've been cooking at home a lot, actually. A lot more home cooking. Chicken and like mashed potato gravy tonight. Did tacos on Sunday for the fights. Trying to think of what else. Not much. I mean, really just a lot of home cooking. But with that, let's talk about bangers because we need a banger of the week, Perch.
Some good home cooking, some good tunes over the weekend. It was a windows down, cruising through the countryside kind of weekend. Some good stuff on TV, good stuff on the radio. And this song hit the spot on the radio coming home one night. A classic. Hard to believe how fast 18 years flies by. This song is, almost 20. And from a CD that was a debut and a phenomenal one nonetheless. Seen him in concert a couple times live at Summerfest. And yeah, this song live, it's just as incredible and hits the emotions. Zac Brown Band, Highway 20 Ride. Wow. That song, from the first time I heard it all the way till just over the weekend, it hits the heartstrings, really. Good emotional storytelling and a good kind of countryside road song. The story has grown on me over the years too, and I've understood different perspectives of it. That's why it's like, wow, 20 years ago was the last time I heard it for the first time.
Physically remember, yes, 20 years ago, them coming to concert, or it might be 19 actually, it might have been 07. But yeah, go to concert over in Northern Virginia, and how many people were excited for it, and I was not one of them. Not a fan. But lots of my friends were. Like I was around the hotness that was Zac Brown Band at the time. I was aware. But yes, Nah,
fast 20 years goes. Took me
yeah.
20 years to forget.
No, yep, I can specifically remember sitting on my boy's couch after days of drinking, just sticky, and him asking if I was going to go to the Zach Brown concert tomorrow, and telling him hell the fuck no.
Doc, are you crazy, dog?
Yeah, not for me. But I remember. My Perch Farm remembers.
Pepper Farm never forgets.
Yeah.
The song I know is Chicken Fry.
Wait, what's up?
Oh.
You were breaking up.
So the only song I knew was the Chicken Fry song.
Oh yeah,
Chicken Fry, the song Chicken Fry. That's about it.
Yeah. That's the big bar song. That one you can't help but have to grow on you.
Yeah.
I drink too much for that to not be attached to at least a couple good memories. Or blackouts, however you want to call it.
Yeah, but with that, what have we been watching this week? Doc, what have you been watching?
Oh man, I feel like I haven't watched much of anything.
No, didn't we watch wrestling in the car?
Oh no. I've been watching paint dry, and I've been watching on my Google ticker the New York Knicks winning the NBA championship. That's
There you
what
go.
I mean. Because if you talk to me, I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. The games we lost in the playoffs were games I watched. So I would watch on the Google Sports Tracker, just watching the ball bounce into the hoops. So I did not see any of the fantastic finishes live, but was still having a heart attack because the updates came at very weird times. So none of the endings made sense. But was very happy, was a little teared up after the HOUA show. So yes, that's all I watched was New York Knicks versus San Antonio on the Google game ticker.
And watching them beyond cursed and winning it.
Yep, it was great. Never thought they would win it. Really, from the bottom of my heart, never thought I would see a Knicks championship. Feels good.
Like you won it.
Yeah.
Perch, what have you been watching?
Yeah, I also caught some of the NBA Finals. Incredible. Jalen Brunson is so fun to watch.
So fun, great story. What's not to love?
Oh, so great. And a great teammate.
Yep.
And even for a good teammate to score over half the points in that final game. Incredible. He knew what had to be done.
I gave y'all $100 million. I could take some points.
Yeah. So, growing up, loving players like, Ray Allen and Allen Iverson, even Derrick Rose, and Jalen Brunson fits the role for just a gamer. He is true, and he's a champion now. I like Cat as well.
Yep.
He was in The Devil Wears Prada 2, so he's riding a hot
streak. Is he? Oh, man. I got
very small role, but he's
I guess, I mean, I didn't, once he was drafted to Minnesota, I didn't pay too much attention to him, but apparently, part of the reason for coming to New York was he wants to be a mobman.
Yeah, and he's huge, he's big, wears a big suit. But yeah, he was decked out in that movie. It was cool. So he's riding a hot streak for sure, on top of the world, like him. But yeah, it was really cool to see, especially at Madison Square Garden. What a cool venue. I know a lot of people who were very happy, including yourself, which is awesome. learning a lot about global perspectives and maps. And when you zoom in and zoom out, it's all just a matter of perspective. And, to see that New York happens to win this NBA championship, it's very cool for the people around there. You don't think that they don't win sports championships as often as, one would think.
Not the Knicks.
And certainly not the Knicks.
Not the Knicks.
But yeah, it's been a good week. I watched some Monday Night Raw last night, the opening with big Roman Reigns coming out of the truck, meeting up with the Usos, meeting up with Big Fatu in the back. Wow, was that the coolest 15 minutes of Monday Night Raw I've seen in a while. I was just thinking how, they used to start it off with the fireworks, and you'd always get whichever announcer, Michael Cole or especially JR, with that high energy voice welcoming you in. Watching it just the other night, it's, you watch the countdown and 3, 2, 1, and then finally it's here. And then they show some clips of the outside, which is cool, very sporting feel, just like, watching the NBA over the years. You get to see the venue and the backstage, and then the announcer comes on, and it's like, if you were to say like a meter as to like energized and happy or just monotone and just kind of matter of fact, it was the most matter of fact, just kind of no energy. Hey, we're here on Monday Night Raw. This is it. This is what we're doing. Like, I get it, but excitement wasn't there.
You're setting the tone.
And I mean, I don't need to see James Brown singing Coming to America to bring out every intro to Monday Night Raw, but even if this is a football game or a baseball game, the play-by-play has got to have some excitement and welcome in.
Yeah.
I can't remember the gentleman's name, but again, he's well, traveled, I'm sure, and has good background and good at what he does, but lack thereof enthusiasm starting that off. So that being said, it was picked up right away, maybe because the aura of Roman coming out of that big SUV was about as cool as it gets. So I'd say I forgot quickly about the lack there of enthusiasm, but I still remember it right now. But
Yeah.
that's pro wrestling. It was just a takeaway that it was a little bit different. And
We have all seen some bad announcers, especially in recent times, and know how that can mess with a show. So
yeah, just a different thing, different feel. And there were some fireworks for Roman's entrance, which was cool. So we did end up getting some fireworks, which I enjoy. But that whole story between him and Fatu and the Usos, wow. I've been out of the loop for some time. So every time I tune in, I always think it's going to be one of those random big episodes where thank goodness I was watching this time. Enough. I don't know. Maybe that's just my love for pro wrestling, where no matter what episode it is, it's going to be the one that I was supposed to watch. But very cool, simple storytelling, coming out and sticking to your guns and not just giving the crowd what they want, and sticking to whatever story you're portraying. And if that takes place over the course of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, stay true during your first couple minutes, because it makes the last few minutes more impactful. The slow playing it with little twists and little turns and getting emotion and making the crowd dislike you. But then just to come back and give the crowd what they want. Sometimes you have to tell them no, because it's for their own good. Because you know what's in store for what's coming up next.
Bigger drop. No, I am not totally. No, I'm like, I am completely not feeling it until Solo said his piece. Really, actually, this past week, I wasn't really feeling where this was going, but thank God for Solo. I love you, Solo.
I love you, Solo.
Yeah,
I was 100% waiting for him to when he said, "I don't acknowledge Jay or Jimmy, but I acknowledge you, Roman." I was waiting for his hands to come together and say, "I love you, Roman."
yeah,
I was waiting for it, but I think it'll come eventually. I think we'll get it back one day.
yeah. We're gonna get it back at some point. It's WWE will bring back its moneymaker shirts, so that was a good one. They'll bring that one.
Oh,
I'm just proud to say that in 2026, I can say it like those are my favorite pro wrestlers, like on WWE. Like those are some cool storyline, cool pro wrestlers. The whole bloodline and Jacob fought too, and just even having the connection that we have, it's like it hits on the next level because it's like knowing how good of a guy he is.
Yeah,
Pro wrestling, it can hit on all cylinders, and seeing Jacob Fatu beasting right now hits on all levels. It's incredible. It really is. It represents the struggle and the grind that we all work on, and the years of hard work and sacrifice, and then making it to the top. It's it's fun to see him doing his thing, and the world loving it.
Oh yeah, no, I think what they're doing with the bloodline, I mean, you gotta think it's what Roman said like years ago. We're only in the third inning, like we got so much more going on.
yeah, and I'm sure they will, because like I'm not gonna pretend that the first run of the Bloodline was perfect all the way through. Like I'm not one of those.
No, but I mean, I like the fact that there's the Roman. He says stuff for a reason, like telling the camera, we can stop at any time. Like, quit playing around. Like having Jacob Fatu attack Eric Andres, like calling it off just to be like, nah, fucking do it. And then he said, get him one more time. Like, let him know, like, hey, I control this. I run this. Like. This like I just love everything about it. I think this is how Roman's gonna go out. When the bloodline story ends is when Roman leaves. So like I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I'm here for it.
Well, I mean,
But I also I mean, think about like if you when this storyline, whenever this accomplishment ends, ever what there to do?
I mean, yeah,
Championship for over 1,000 day, just main eventing WrestleMania like it's just another day. I mean, I think it's just like I don't know what you would do from that, but I watched Raw as well. Dominic Mysterio, Oba. I was very curious. It's nice to see Oba get the win, but for a second I was like, is Brock going to come out? Is there going to be some shenanigans? Other than that, I watched the UFC fights, the White House ones. This function message wanted to do a little taco night, came over, so we checked that out. Make it all the way through because it was a long night. Very interesting. I will say, just the fact that the training rooms were in, like the locker rooms were in the White House. They walked through the White House for the entrance. Just a very interesting thing to see. Like I mean, a spectacle in front of like the White House.
no,
it just seems like stuff you see on the.
Yes, my disagreements with it have nothing to do with the look or the fact that there were fights at the White House. But my complaints are who's getting paid, who's paying.
Yep.
The entrances from the White House, dope as fuck. Not gonna lie, not gonna pretend that they weren't.
Yeah, no, they when they said like people got fined for walking through the White House, I was like, no, they didn't.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they were. Like I don't know why. Like the thing with Sean Strickland, like I don't know why you thought playing around in the White House is like going.
Yeah, no, it's starting to like. It's just like no one has respect for it.
Yeah, and then it's like, so my mom works where she can see the White House from one of her office windows, from one of the office windows in our building. They can't look at the White House for too long without getting a call.
Wow.
Like, you're not allowed to look for too long, or they call over and they're like, hey, do something. Like,
That's wild.
yeah, like, yeah, like, the buildings around, yeah, you can't, because they got snipers on the roof. They're looking. So if they catch you staring for too long, they'll...
Yeah, no, I get it. It's like definitely...
Yeah, they'll start making moves. Like, no, they don't play about that shit.
No. I mean, yeah, the entrances are dope. I will say, I don't know if fights are rigged because Gaethje's a beast and like has always like been known to do wars. But man, if you talked about a storyline for a movie, like that main event, bro, was a storyline. But
I mean, I heard it was good.
My question is this: when does WrestleMania go to the White House?
Well, that is interesting because for it to go to the White House, WWE would have to abandon their current model, which is WrestleMania goes to the highest bidder.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, like if you saw like Triple H and Roman were in the crowd enjoying the fights, but just my idea when I saw that spectacular and all that, I did think I was like, I can see
2028 is the last chance.
I can see maybe a Mania.
2028 would be its last chance.
Let's see, but yeah, it was just one of those interesting like little thoughts. Just seeing, I'm like, man, you could do a Mania.
Yep, you could. You're good.
But
not gonna deny it looks cool. Like,
heck yeah, but enough about what we've been watching. Enough about the White House and what we've been watching. Let's talk about what we've been getting down to this weekend. Perch, were you doing anything this weekend besides studying like a good student?
Yeah, I caught that White House show. It was pretty damn cool. Those fights were incredible. If it was a VHS version, like White House UFC coming out, own it on VHS. It would be a double VHS, and I watch it over and over again.
They would definitely do a box set.
Yeah.
Bro, there was no decision.
Every fight had a decisive finish. There were kicks to the face. There were kicks to the chin. There was a flurry. Seeing Michael Chandler get his butt kicked in that fight was like, I mean, if you pull those moves outside a bar, you're telling that story for the rest of your life. There were combos in that fight all throughout the night that were like, wow, devastating.
Bro, what about that knee by Gaethje at the end?
Yeah, just incredible. Unfortunately, I fell asleep and I didn't catch the last. I saw Shug knockout victory and I missed the last few. Gaethje's my fave for the UFC, so just like rooting for Moxley on AEW, like Gaethje is the man. And
I highly recommend watching the replay. That fight, if you like a good fight, Perch and Gaethje's your guy. That's a fight for you.
Yeah.
Little side note: only a UFC event I ever went to was in Milwaukee, and then randomly down, I think 10 rows, we hear a guy yelling, having his hands, doing the hang loose sign. And no other, it was Perch in the crowd.
Yeah, it was my brother and our friend Tim. Yeah, I love pro wrestling. My brother, UFC is like his pro wrestling. So to him, that was WrestleMania. So it was, I remember every time WrestleMania was on growing up, like I'd have it on my phone over at my brother's house. And the Undertaker match would always be on. So, oh, great. Hey, here's Undertaker. And he'd be down to watch it because it was a spectacle. So we watched the fights, the first couple at his house. And Yeah, he loved he loved this one. It was a good spectacle, and all the fighters, a lot of people that we really enjoy, especially with Justin Gaethje and fighting for the championship as the interim champ. He's on top of the world right now. Yeah, I enjoyed, and I had no idea the first time I saw the production. Probably on Thursday or Friday or something. I thought nothing of it, thinking it was just a joke, a random picture. And then I heard on the radio on 620 they were talking about the live production, and I'm going to school right now because I want to study live production. And looking at the setup, it was unbelievable. I don't care at all about politics one way or the other. In fact, I'd prefer not talking about it because I don't like any of it. So taking all of the politician stuff out of it, like that was a live event ran in a doc. That area so well, swampy, like humid, like weather-wise. Like they ran an outdoor event on the front.
No, it was probably gross. It was probably it was definitely gross.
On the front lawn of a gross, swampy, like regionally, like awful.
Like that's the thing, like
place.
Being from there, thinking about the logistics of it, nothing about that is like enjoyable. There is no part like logistically about that show that is enjoyable. Not gonna deny it looks cool.
No, and it looks cool, but then you've always got the looming fear of rain for 3 straight days. Like 72 hours, you're thinking, is it gonna pour?
And then I know it was hell getting in. I know it was hell getting out. Those streets are designed to be confusing, specifically, so that you cannot get to the White House easily. Like, that is their specific purpose. So, there's no way any part of that was, enjoyable unless you were, super into it. And they put on a hell of a production.
Yeah, that was incredible. And to have Gaethje, have a decisive victory at the end, too, as a cherry on top. All the fights leading up to it, it was great. But yeah, if it was a double VHS, it would be just banger after banger. I would request, though, any politicians that they show, just blur them out, because we want this video to be for everybody. So, if it were a VHS, I don't need to see any of the one side or the other. Just the fights. And they were incredible. They were incredible. You couldn't tell where they were taking place when they were actually going, because, again, the cameras were on the money. Everything.
Yeah, the camera work was. I did see a couple stills. I was like, man, you can't. When the fights are going on, you can't really tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't tell. And just like a good wrestling match, glitz and glamour, awesome. Now it's time for the fight.
Yeah.
And, that one was a cool one. And yeah, it was fun. Also, played some softball over the weekend for the first time in probably 8 years. Got the glove and cleats and went out, and yeah, it was fun. Good time.
We talked about it a little before the show, but we were back at HOUA this past weekend.
Yeah.
Super fun. Had new crop of students. Got to work Nick Novak and Xander. New disciples of Dan the Man and the Fun Police. That faction's still kicking it around. It was also fucking humid and gross. Wasn't it, Zach?
No, super hot. Yeah. Super gross. But yeah, no, and I don't like the cops. They're not fun at all. But we had a good match, fun. Once again, working a young tag team, showing them what's up, having everyone blowing ourselves up. All the fun stuff, and picking up a W.
Yep, super fun. Love the HOUA locker room. We've talked about it. Love that we are in a position to make tag team wrestling better. Nick and Xander were very appreciative of the match, and that's always a good feeling.
Oh yeah. Um, I don't know when the next time we'll be back out, but anytime Zawa needs us and we're free, we're always down to come out, show out, and have a good match, whoever it may be. Other than that, like I said, I've already talked about the White House show. And Doc, what'd you do Sunday?
More house stuff. Um,
Be an adult.
yep. Uh, finished up the painting except for some spot cleanup for like messes we made. Put together for the most part the bathroom vanity and the kitchen sink cabinet, which was then quickly destroyed, and a new one is on its way. But yeah, just making good progress on the house. Hopefully being this week. Hopefully being this week to do flooring.
Yeah, Perch, where you got the Oh no, that was everyone. With that, I guess we got to talk about the topic of the week. Doc proposed to the chair. It's now the fair season, summer loving. So with that, a lot of rookies, have been on a lot of those fair shows. Those 3-day weekends, sometimes working 7, 8 shows a weekend. So let's talk about what we like about the fair shows.
The freedom to create. Fair shows are just a good place to like try stuff and just see what works. Do stupid things. And I've been doing the choke slam, and it's perfect time to try something new during the summer. It's been getting over. I've talked about my love of the Portage Fair. I'm always trying something new there. So what I love about fair shows is you just feel so much more freedom in being able to create.
Oh yeah, Perch, what do you love about the fair shows?
Yeah, so I remember the first fair shows that I was ever on and a part of always began with meeting up at the Elks Lodge to pick up a random vehicle. I would be the one in charge of taking whatever random vehicle we were using that day to hook up the trailer to and drive it to whatever fair we were in. There were times when that vehicle was awful and rusty, and there were times when that vehicle was pristine, classic, wonderful, incredible. There were times when that vehicle was a big semi that I got to drive up in a big chair, big giant steering wheel. And there was also times when I left that vehicle on its side in a ditch.
Yep. Don't forget.
Twisted metal style with the Offspring cassette still playing in the tape deck, while also saving 5 lives. So my introduction was always a different vehicle to bring a trailer to a different place. And I remember having this awesome classic, I think it was a red Chevy, and it was beautiful, just all shiny and chromed out, and great vehicle. And I was able to drive it to our show in Watertown in the big festival. So I was able to drive that truck through like Oconomowoc, through my hometown, all the way out to Watertown. I enjoyed every minute of that drive with the windows down. Just
driving pool, Perch.
Music blasting. I'd never driven a trailer in my life until wrestling. But yeah, then we'd bring it, set it up. Just having patience goes a long ways, because we'll get the job done, and having the right people there to help facilitate go a long ways too. And I'll never forget when we had the trailer parked at State Fair, and I brought I think it was a van that I was using at the time, maybe even a U-Haul. but a big vehicle that I was using, and we dropped the trailer off at State Fair, and we set up and did our show, and then at the end of the show figured, well, might as well get the truck ready now for when we are ready to tear down. And Doc, you came with on this trip. You couldn't have been too far in on your pro wrestling journey, and this had to have been one of your first fair shows, and certainly first State Fair show. And yeah, I needed help getting that truck out because we got parked in, double parked. Needless to say, I was driving and Doc, you were spotting, and it had to have taken an hour plus
to get through the crowd. Yep.
just to try and get this truck, to get this truck out. And I'm sure there was some scraping, and there was a fence over there too. And it wasn't pretty, but it was a physically impossible feat that we were able to accomplish. Like, looking at it, it was not happening.
Yeah.
We don't have the manpower. Maybe 10 years from now, 20 years from now, we'll have our, maybe a little more pull and way of the land, but we don't know this area. We don't know what fair or festival we're going to.
Yeah, I don't know a damn thing. Yeah.
No idea. So we took it on ourselves, and we got out of that predicament. A vehicle of some sort to random locations.
Yeah.
We're with the wrestling.
That's the thing. Like, fairs are always an adventure. This thing, the house shows, the serious shows. Everybody takes them serious. We all gotta be on our P's and Q's.
Mm-hmm.
Dot our I's, cross our T's. Fair shows are where the chaos happens.
And if you're looking to take on responsibilities and play some roles and learn, it is the place for you. Because I've been able to ring announce, referee. Sometimes you're reffing the whole show. So bring a water bottle and pour it on your head in between matches and go in there and do it. And don't complain, because fair shows, it's thankless, odd jobs that have to be done. It's just, how many do you want to do with a smile on your face? I remember last year at the Summer Sizzler, we did a double shot, a show somewhere and then another place. And on the second show, I was ring announcing and reffing. So I had the microphone with the boombox, and then I'd step into the ring and ref the matches and call it outside. I love it. Also, ring announcing at the Milkman Stadium is as cool as it gets. Hanging out at the hotels of Portage County and going back to the festival time and time again. Finding the best cheese curds at any festival. Greene County Fair in Monroe, Wisconsin. The best cheese curds in the world. Hands down. Fairs and festival shows are just the best. Good food, good people. Nice, relaxed work atmosphere. And we get to have fun learning, trying new things. And if you're new in the business, this is your time to break out of your shell and have some fun and enjoy the people you're around with, because summers fly by, and when you're enjoying it, they fly by even quicker. So enjoy them to the fullest and put on fun pro wrestling matches. It's not always about doing a high endurance work rate match. It's about entertaining the hundreds of people you have around you. They didn't buy a ticket to see pro wrestling, but they're sitting here to be entertained. So use pro wrestling as a tool to entertain this crowd. But there's nothing better than when 4 or 5, maybe even 6 wrestlers in a ring, maybe even 10 wrestlers, but 6 wrestlers in the ring, 3-on-3, and at some point, 3 of them think that they're bears or an animal and start attacking the other 3, and they're running around going crazy. If you're able to focus on telling the audience stories like that through pro wrestling, then you're going to have the best times at fair shows. Using your referee, everybody always gets good guy, bad guy. Foreign objects, if you have a referee, turn his back, miss things, maybe catch things, catch him using a weapon, and the crowd can easily relate to those kinds of things. Everyone has a principal or a boss. Your referee can also be that character inside the ring. So use them as the principal or the boss or the parent figure. Tell stories, think outside the box, and save your body and work your mind on fair shows and stay hydrated. So, yeah, the best. And sometimes they bring us to the Rocks on Summerfest. So, yeah, fair shows are my WrestleMania. I walk into every one of them as if it was WrestleMania 9 at Caesar's Palace, and I'm Macho Man coming in. Sure, I'm not a heavyweight champion or intercontinental champion. I'm a ref. But I'm going to ref the hell out of every single match I'm in there for and have a blast in the process.
Yeah, I guess for myself, I mean, besides everything Perch said, that was a essay of a fair love. And then what Doc said, I guess myself is, I guess the brotherhood. That's where, like, for me, like now that I'm older and have a family, I do like being home more. But at the time, I like the brotherhood, hanging out. That's where I met Armando Alvarez. I'll never forget the Armando and Gunner walking down the street. Cop drives by. Armando straight up calls. He's like, "Yep, he's turning around to pull us over." And Gunner's like, "For real?" And like, yeah, he turned around, hit the lights. We were just walking. We were right in front of the hotel, and we kept walking. And Gunner's like, "We still gonna walk?" I'm like, "Yeah, until they tell us to stop."
Yeah.
We can do. But they stopped. But like, pretty much just that's what we were doing. Told them, but it was fun. Those little memories you make, the stupidness. I mean, the long weekends, I enjoy the rides, especially like if you're in the back and you have the good crew in the back just goofing off and making jokes. Like the wrestling's fun, the crowds are fun, all that's cool. But I guess more like the brotherhood back then was cool, like back what it used to be. But I mean, I think it's always good for guys like who are new, go out there because that's like how Doc said, like Coach said, go out, try new things, like figure out stuff. That's where the heavyweight, the greatest heavyweight of all time, started to feel himself out.
Yep.
You don't know until you try it out, and the best way to try it out is a place where people don't know what the hell's going on. But yeah, other than that, I guess take it on home. Let's talk about what we got going on this weekend. Perch, what do you got?
Yeah, this weekend we got Blue City Wrestling live at the Elks Lodge. Looking at that poster, holy smokes, it's going to be incredible. A lot of fun people from many walks of the journey in many stages. I'm super excited. Yeah, and that's going to be on Saturday, and a lot of good people in the house. And I hope to make this show on Sunday, but there may be Father's Day festivities on my end, so I can't commit on Sunday yet. But we'll see if I can. I'll be there. But otherwise, Saturday at the Elks Lodge, going to be an absolute blast.
Hell yeah. And then Doc and myself got a full weekend of wrestling. Friday, where we at, Doc?
Friday, we are in Cleveland for...
Not Cleveland, we in Lakewood, Ohio.
Lakewood. It's next to Cleveland. Yep, Lakewood, Ohio for AIW. Once again, we're back.
Hell yeah, and I'm excited for this one. This was one on the list for a while. I didn't know about it until Doc told me to check out AIW's podcast, but we are taking on PME, the Philly Marino Experience. If you listen to the podcast, they'll call it out. Probably AID's most favorite homegrown tag team. Those guys, former tag champs, PWI last year. Ring of Honor. They've had some dark matches on Ring of Honor. They've been at ICW back in their rookie years traveling. So, these guys have been around. Side story. won't say the promotion, but when we failed hard at a Chicago promotion and got one we wanted to be at, and then it was what it was. I remember walking out of the locker room being super pissed off about the situation. PME saw this, checked in, and never knew the guys and just like good brothers. So good guys, but look forward to taking their heads off Friday because the mission's still the same, and that is them AIW Tag Team Championships.
Yep.
And speaking of championships, Saturday, we in Minnesota, we get blessed up a shorter drive as we go to Hudson, Wisconsin, where we find ourselves in a triple threat match for the Ironheart Pro Tag Team Championships. And just like chasing gold for the first time in Ohio, we're still chasing gold for the first time in Minnesota. And like this weekend, even though it's in Wisconsin, it's a Minnesota promotion, might be the first championships as we take on Exodus. And what was the other tag team?
Double stuffed.
Double Stuffed. I believe they are the Fountain City Pro Tag Team Champions at the moment.
Possibly. I did see them. I've seen them wrestle before. Young, high energy. Two young tag teams to get spanked by the old men.
Hell yeah. And then ICW, we'll call it out. You saw the graphic. Me and Doc worked it out. Calling ourselves Hendricks and Simmons was kind of egotistical. Well, we ain't going to be that far. We built a brand of Country Air, so we'll stay by Country Air. I still don't like you. Go fuck yourself, ICW. But we're going to wrestle Dragon Ball Z and American Ninja Warrior. We taking on some fucking nerds.
Ninja Dragons. Another young tag team come down from Green Bay. ACW. I missed the ACW takeover, so I guess I'm gonna have to catch up and put some belt to ass to these young boys.
Yeah. 3 full days of wrestling. Father's Day on Sunday. I'm off tomorrow, so chilling there, watching the Queen get another tattoo. Yeah. But I'm not off after Monday. I messed up on the off days. But yeah, I guess with that, we gotta just take it on home. So, Doc, any final thoughts or questions?
Continue to find things outside of wrestling that you enjoy. Wrestling isn't everything, but hey, it's a fun thing. And remember to keep it fun.
Yeah. Perch, any final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, always keep it fun. And there's lots of stuff out there for everybody to enjoy. And there's a whole lot of pro wrestling out there for you to enjoy too. So whether it's the WWE programming that I got to take in this week, that was, wow, like that's its own brand altogether these days. But I loved it for what it was. Growing up, I used to love the matches and, they talk too much. Now I love the talk, and I want them to talk too much.
Nope, still hate it.
If I catch the match, is cool, but and then when I watch AEW, it's like I don't care about the talk. I want to see the matches. And if there's some talk, cool, but I love the matches. So it's like 2 different products, but I love them both for their own thing. 2 different games, 2 different sport. Similar sport, but 2 different leagues.
Hey, just because I don't like the talking doesn't mean I don't appreciate that WWE made it easy by doing the same 20-minute program, 20-minute promo to start a show every week. So I just know to come in 30 minutes late. I'm good.
Yeah. And then I'll catch that 20 minutes. And then Yep. So we know what we like, and there's so much stuff out there. My goodness. And I saw it mostly through pictures from Ryan Loco, but it was an AEW street fight with Moxley and the crew against Shane Taylor.
FTP, yeah.
Incredible. I mean, that's just awesome what they went through. Just good all-out fight, brawl, stories that, you can tell it through pictures or through watching it. Again, there's lots of pro wrestling out there, whether you watch it through pictures or catch a live episode on on a Monday, Wednesday, any day, or pay-per-view. DDT has had some incredible shows over the weekend. Yoshihiko against Illusion. That was one of the best matchups that it's just a matter of time until they fought. But it was great. I want to see how it ended, but I caught a good amount of it. So yeah, lots of good stuff going on all over the world. Find what you like and continue to celebrate pro wrestling.
Oh yeah. And for myself, I mean, I ain't got nothing new, so I guess I'm gonna take it on home. Y'all be easy. One.
From the streets to the stage, I'm the king of my craft. You could catch another phase. Yeah, you left in a cage.